Everyone stepped up their performances this week. How hard is it to decide who gets voted off after everyone has stepped up their game?
Well, first America votes, and then they put 4 dancers in danger. Then we have a discussion. If because there are 4 of us, there could be a tie this year. Then it will be somebody from Fox, an executive from Fox, that will come down and break the tie. It's never easy. We have such a short period of time to deliberate this. Not kidding you. And when we talk about that, we're talking about 2 or 3 minutes of deliberation that you hold a person's dance career in your hands. But we think about it, during the break and stuff, but it's not easy, let me tell you that. It's not easy, and I fought for Stephanie tonight. I still feel as I go out that I fought the right thing. I felt that she has done amazing every step of the way, that she's never really taken a wrong step. If it was a wrong step, it was probably more or less on the choreographer side of it. She's, she's a beast out there. She came back, she worked real hard, she was shredded this year. I thought she was ready to go. The fact that her and her brother had dropped down was still just like, what? I was just going crazy. But, the other Anna, she's been great. She's outside of her style every single week for the most part. She's a little bit of a freestyle, but she, don't forget she has training. Everybody said that she's so far out of her style. Up until the age of 10, she did train in all the styles, and then she went to hip-hop solely, and then from 10 years old on up, which is a lot, good amount of time, she's been doing hip-hop. So she's had trained hip-hop. She's not just a freestyler. For me, I expected even more from her. But we're kind of caught on the fact that, she only did hip-hop. That's not really the case. So then you put the 2 dancers together. Who is the strongest dancer between them? And for me, it's Stephanie. Not because she's ballroom, trust me. I will kick the ballroom dancer out the door if they didn't do the other styles right. I'm not like that, I'm about as fair as can be. And I'm a little sad tonight over that situation.
Do you get the most passion from working with up-and-coming artists or artists that have already somewhat established themselves?
The interesting thing is, obviously, my journey has been more like, when I had Gaga, she was not Gaga like the beginning. Same with Nicki, same with Danity Kane, same with, Brandy, very beginning, Alicia Keys, very beginning. So I'm very passionate. I think that's my thing, is breaking. Yeah.
Breaking the barriers.
Yeah. And breaking the new, and, really seeing someone at the end, when they're at their beginning, but maintaining that vision till they finally come into themselves.
And everybody stepped up their performances this week. How hard is it deciding who gets voted off after everyone has stepped up their game?
It's hard, absolutely hard, but you also know that this is the dance business. This is the reality that this type of profession brings. So you know that you have to let them go, but you know that it's better that they understand that early if they do have a passion to become a professional dancer. Because there's only one winner, but they're really all winners as long as you don't give up.
Exactly. Yeah. And do you ever find yourself butting heads with the other judges, and how hard is that process? Because I heard you guys only get about 3 minutes.
Yeah, we stay butting heads, but we made a pact to still be family no matter what. But, ooh, child, it is one old fight, let me tell you. Yes.
Tonight, everyone stepped up their performances. How hard is it to decide who gets voted off even after they've stepped up their game?
Oh, it's the toughest thing, and so I was a contestant once before, and I remember that was always the heartbreak each week, right? Because people don't see this, but on and off stage, they create this family, this chemistry as a whole group, and it got real, right? So it's the first time we had Elimination, so it's got real.
And arguably, hip-hop is a fan favorite. So how do we influence fans to give the same type of support to contemporary or jazz performances?
I didn't know that, really. It's like a fan favorite, hip-hop? I didn't know that.
I feel like it's a fan favorite because it's always the ones that are more, powerful, and everybody's up and clapping and cheering.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like being able to relate to the other pieces. So if it's like a sad piece and you're like always really cool, it's okay to be sad, right?
I guess. I don't like being sad, though.
Well, if it's like something that can actually fix your sadness.
Exactly. That's true.
Perspective, maybe. I don't know. I'm a fan of all of it, except for like the waltz, which is what they got rid of. So that's good.
So So do you think it's more of a connection on how people can kind of push out their performances to viewers? Is it connecting with the audience?
Yeah, it definitely is. I believe that the one thing that we all share together, whether we dance or not, is emotion. So if we can relate to something, you're going to want to fight for it.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So the performances tonight on this week, they stepped up their performances tremendously. How hard is it deciding who to vote off even when they've stepped up their game?
Of course, it's really difficult, but we've been doing it for a number of seasons now, so we harden ourselves a little bit. We harden our hearts, especially when you're breaking up siblings that we knew we were doing with that. At the same time, there's so much to take in. There's last week's stuff, which America voted for, but we have to remember that. I think this season is the first time we're actually taking into account what they're doing tonight, which is really important because last season we lost a couple of boys that I felt should not have gone home. But America had voted from the week before, and had America had the vote to vote for that night, they would not have gone home. So that's why we're taking that into account this season. We're also taking into account growth. And so we believe all the dancers are great at what they do, otherwise they wouldn't be in the top 10. So now, what are the changes that we are seeing? And how do you compare ballroom to hip hop? So it is tough. We just felt tonight that Anna was growing a little more than Stephanie, and we based our judgment on that. With Ezra, we were surprised that he was in the bottom 4. So he was always going to stay. He was easy to vote on tonight. Hi, I'm Nigel, and you've just been buzzed.